I just didn't feel like me. First of all, his things all smell amazing. Oh, you did that on purpose? Hey guys, I've been putting off filming this, but I don't really think there's gonna be any like perfect time for this. So I think it is time to share with you my wavy hair journey. So my whole life, I have always had kind of frizzy, naturally a little wavy on its own hair. And for the majority of my adult life, I have blow dried it and used a straightening iron to just get it more sleek and smooth and try to minimize some of that frizz. I never really used a lot of products in my hair. I would use, you know, like some kind of anti-frizz stuff or heat protectants, but never used like mousse or hairspray or gels or different things before. So I'm not really big on products and like having the feeling of a lot of stuff in my hair. About 6 months ago, I decided, why don't I just see how my hair does when it's kind of left to its own devices or encouraged to be wavy. I was having some like breakage around the top of my head, and especially the front pieces of my hair I kind of always worry about because I go extra hard with the straightening iron on these front parts. I do have like a widow's peak kind of hairline, and I have some cowlicks in the front of my hair that have just always been issues my whole life. And so it always takes extra styling effort to get the front to lay how I want it to. So I was like, let me just see what happens when I kind of let it do its own wavy thing. And I started looking up videos on YouTube about, how people style their wavy hair. I wrote myself a whole list of like notes and instructions, like, okay, when I get out of the shower, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna use this kind of product. I picked up a few different wavy hair kind of products to try and started doing the kind of wavy hair method. So I'm definitely not following, like the curly girl method or anything that restricts certain ingredients. Again, kind of as part of my research, one of the things I had seen was like, hey, you don't really need to restrict certain like ingredients and things from your hair products, because if something really works for you, that's fine. You don't need to restrict it. So anyway, I started doing the wavy thing, and it was, I was getting great results the first probably several weeks. It was sort of iffy how it would turn out every day, but when it worked, it really worked great. I'll insert some footage here of a couple videos I recorded from that time where I really liked the way that my hair turned out. I've never been able to replicate that since then. So I've been doing this for about 6 months now, and at this point it feels like my curls are getting worse, not better. They're not forming as nicely as they did kind of on their own. I thought it would be easier and healthier to let my hair do what it naturally wanted to do, but it's actually a ton more effort, and it takes a lot more products and probably actually more heat to get it to turn out, decently. And thank goodness that it's a pandemic, because there's no way that I could travel in the way that I like to travel with like one suitcase, knowing all the different equipment and products that I would need to get my hair to look, remotely decent. So I'm still gonna keep trying to do the wavy thing because I have a lot of products right now that I just don't want them to go to waste, and it has been kind of fun, but if I use it all up, I might kind of retire from being a wavy haired person. And the main reason for that is I don't feel like me, like myself. So my hair right now, the reason why I'm filming this video this way is because today I washed my hair and just let it air dry. I parted it obviously, but I just let it dry on its own just to see what it would really do when it was totally left to its own devices. So you can see, there is some wave. It did form itself some wave, but it's mostly like very poofy and frizzy, which is why I always would just blow dry it and straighten it and just try to get it smoother, when I was doing it before. So there's definitely wave to it, and actually today's pretty like cold and dry. If it were a warmer or more humid day, I think the waves would definitely be more pronounced. But all I did was, like I said, I washed and conditioned. I did put a little bit of Olaplex oil, the No. 7 oil, in the hopes of reducing frizz as it air dried. We can see how that turned out. So I don't know if I hadn't used that oil, maybe it would have come out even more pronounced waves, but I mean, yeah, it does have some wave, but it definitely needs encouragement to do anything that looks decent. So when I was thinking about my wavy hair journey, I kind of made myself this list of pros and cons about doing my hair wavy. So pros, I did get a ton of compliments on my hair, mostly while I was on video. So either people watching, you know, these videos, or for work when I was on video conferences, people will be like, oh, your hair looks so nice, it's so beautiful and wavy. So when I could carefully arrange it so that you only see it one way, yeah, it would look great and people would compliment me. It was also fun to research, you know, the methods and the products and try new different things. Also sort of annoying, I guess, being like, okay, maybe this will be the one that finally works. But it was kind of fun to do that sort of research, and maybe it's healthier to do it in a, like, the way that it wants to go, but maybe not. You'll see when we get to the cons. So cons, I also actually got negative reactions, mostly from people who've like seen me in person, both with straight hair and wavy hair. I won't say who, but somebody I saw over the holidays was kind of like, oh, you did that on purpose? So, you know, I think, again, seeing it in person and knowing me in person looks a little different than just seeing how I can kind of carefully arrange it over video. It did take a lot more time, effort, and products, especially going on second, potentially third day. You know, when I wear my hair straight, I don't have to shampoo it every day. And usually I wash my hair every other day. I can go longer than that if I need. With the wavy hair, there was just so much product in it. It felt very weighed down. I really couldn't go more than 2 days. I know a lot of wavy curly hair people who do wash their hair like very infrequently, and it's like a big deal the days that they wash it. But for me, it was just a huge pain to try to prolong that. I probably ended up using more heat and kind of more directly on my hair, just with the amount of time that I would need to spend diffusing it with a blow dryer. Again, you know, I could let it air dry, but the diffuser really helped to like define and kind of lock in the curl and make it last a little longer. So I did find myself diffusing, and when I did that, it did take a little more time than I would normally spend blow drying my hair if I were to wear it straight. It was hard to go outside or really in any kind of like non-climate controlled environment, just between humidity and wind. It would just wreck my hair. And actually I found myself kind of going out for walks less often because I'm like, well, it's gonna ruin my hair and I still have something else I need to do later in the day, so I'm not even gonna mess up my hair. So it's probably actually like bad for my physical health that I've been kind of less active. But you know, on times when I was doing an activity that was maybe an outdoor thing, I found that I would just straighten my hair that day just because it would be easier to deal with. And I also felt like there was kind of fewer styling options. It would either be down and getting in my face, or I could pull it all up in a big messy bun, which if you're doing that, then what's the point of even doing it wavy if it's gonna all be pulled back? I have a couple little clips or barrettes, but they didn't really work perfectly, and I always feel like they looked weird. And again, if you're gonna be pulling it back, kind of what's the point of having spent all that time getting your hair perfectly wavy? So not like I do a ton of advanced styling things with my hair when it's straight, but it's nice to have options to be able to get it out of your face if you need, and I felt like I didn't really have that so much styling my hair wavy. And then, like I was mentioning before, it kind of just always felt greasy. When you get past kind of more than one day between washes, I felt like my pillowcases were getting greasy and dirty. It just felt very like heavy and weighed down with some of the products. Even when I used very light weight kind of products, it just felt like there was a lot of stuff in it. Again, you know, doing my hair straight, I never really used a lot of product in my hair. I would, like I said, I would put some maybe anti-frizz stuff or some heat protectant, but I was never really using heavy things or large amounts of things. And then finally, like I mentioned before, I just didn't feel like me. I have spent so much of my life with straight hair. People recognize me as straight hair. I never like updated my profile pictures or anything to reflect wavy hair, so I'm still straight hair, you know, in my work profile and all my social media. So I just never felt like I looked like myself. I kind of felt like I was wearing someone else's hair or trying to be something that I wasn't. So I'm gonna tell you my kind of straight hair routine right now, and then I will go show you my wavy hair routine and the types of products that I'm using for that. So when I wear my hair straight, I feel like I have a pretty good system down. I have a number of products that I like that I've been using for many years. I actually do use just a little heat on it. So I do let it air dry most of the way, and then I will just blow dry it just to finish and get the last little drips of moisture out, because my hair really does stay wet for a very long time. Actually right now, like I said, I had air dried my hair and it's still kind of damp in the back and underneath, and that's been several hours now. I've never been the type of person who could just wash their hair and leave the house, so I would let it air dry as much as I could and then blow dry to finish. And then really I just do like one pass with a straightener. I do kind of section it out, so I'll do like 2 or 3 layers of hair, but I really just go over each section one time quickly. It's not, you know, it doesn't take me a long time to do. I know a lot of people, especially who have more, you know, coarse or wavy or curly hair, it really is like a hassle for them to straighten their hair. For me, that's really the much easier and faster option. And then once I have it styled straight, it's very easy to brush, style, deal with throughout the day. If I want to leave it loose, I can. If I want to pull it back into a ponytail, I can. I usually just keep a ponytail elastic on my wrist, and you know, if I need to pull it back for a second, I can, or if I want to let it back down, it goes back on the wrist. It's touchable. It can get wind blown and I can just brush it back out, or it can get sweaty and I can just brush it out. So, you know, it's a lot easier and more versatile to deal with if I'm doing different types of activities. And it's, like I said, easy to kind of revive for a second, even a third, sometimes a 4th day. I'm a big fan of dry shampoo, just a little squirt at the roots, and that's really it. Maybe a quick re-straightening of some top layers, but I don't even always have to do that. And most importantly, when I wear my hair straight, like I said, I feel like myself. Okay, I think this is all of my curly products. Oh wait, I forgot one thing. Okay, now this is everything. So I'm gonna just kind of go through, maybe sort of in the order that I got them, and tell you like what I think about them. But starting first with the water spray bottle, which is not something I had ever used on my hair, but has become a major component for refresh days. So I basically have to fully re-wet all my hair and then re-style it. Basically the only thing I'm not doing on those days is actually shampooing my hair. But so the water spritz bottle has become a key component for me. And then from some of the first products that I tried, I first started out with curl creams. So I tried this Not Your Mother's Curl Talk, and I got this one just because it was on sale and it was actually a little bit more expensive and fancy looking, so I thought it must be even better. So I had tried both of these and they're fine, but I think that like the cream is maybe not the best product for me. Then I had also gotten this one, Aunt Jackie's Curl La La, which that actually had led to one of the best curl wave days that I ever had, and I've never been able to replicate that. I think it is like a little bit thicker and heavier than what my hair actually needs. It probably works best on a freshly washed head of hair, definitely not on like second day hair. I actually tried this on a second day and someone was like, oh, is your hair still wet? It was not wet, it was just like greasy and weighed down. So this is maybe like a little more intense than what I need. So then I tried some of these foaming things. Actually, first I tried the X Mondo Wave Tech. So this is YouTube hairstylist Brad Mondo's line of hair products, X Mondo. First of all, his things all smell amazing. If you are into scents, you will love any of these X Mondo products. But I had heard this recommended several times because they say like it can basically just take anybody's hair from straight too beautifully wavy. So I was like, oh, surely that will work on me. I feel like for me, this didn't really work any better than this other curl foam, which is Not Your Mother's Curl Talk line again. So this is their refreshing curl foam, and it comes out, you know, as a foam format. So the problem with these kind of things is like, I wouldn't be able to travel with this whole big bottle, because I always do carry on only. You can't, you know, put this into a smaller bottle because it needs to pump out as handfuls of foam. So I would be kind of screwed if I wanted to have my hair look nice wavy. But I would say right now, at least, this is probably my favorite product and the one that most reliably gives me good results. Because it's a foam, it doesn't weigh my hair down, it's very light, but I feel like also maybe I get a little bit frizzier than I would with some of the other products. I also tried this Cantu foam. It says it's a curling mousse, but it's a foam just like these other ones. It comes out, you know, as a foam. I will say this container, like just the way that the nozzle is very uncomfortable and awkward to use. Like the whole thing slips out of my hands all the time as I'm trying to squirt it out. It's fine also. I think maybe there's like some other ingredients in it that maybe make it a little bit heavier of a foam, if that's possible. So I do feel like this one maybe weighs my hair down a little more than some of the other foam options, but I've been trying to use that up too. So so that's fine. And then, oh, and then there's the Xmondo Salty, which, so really when I went on his website, I was just trying to get the foam. But then I saw a couple other things that I thought would be interesting to try. So Salty is a sea salt spray, and I've been using this kind of more after using one of the creams or foams, more as like a gel, like a final layer to kind of lock in the wave. So that's, you know, that's something that I've been using. It's not as strong as an actual gel. So this is the one I'm using right now. It's the Garnier Fructis, just because that's the brand of shampoo and conditioner and stuff that I've been using for a million years. But I also, before this, had been using the Curl Talk line of gel, and actually when this is finished up, I have another Curl Talk gel waiting in the wings. I had tried one other type of gel and it was way too strong of a hold for me. So this one, it says extra strong hold, but it also says 3 out of 5. So I don't know, you know, how much stronger a 5 gets, but these types of like wavy hair gels seem like the best kind for me. Also, while I was shopping from Xmondo, I got this Viper oil, which isn't really anything to do with curly or wavy hair, but it is their smoothing oil. And so I kind of will do that like over my hands and kind of like gently run them over my hair to hopefully make it a little less frizzy. I don't know if that works or not, and I don't know if it works any better or worse than, you know, any of my other anti-frizz products that I've used in my straight hair life, but I got that and it's nice. And then finally, this was the one that I had forgotten because it was in my shower. So this is from the brand Curls, and this is their Blueberry Bliss Leave-In Conditioner. So what I found from trying to find out what my like curl pattern and hair type was is that I might be lacking in protein, and adding protein treatments or products could, you know, improve the quality of my waves that I get. So I got this Blueberry Bliss conditioner, and it did make a marked improvement the first time I used it. My curls clumped together in a lot bigger, more robust clumps. But I found that, you know, after I finish styling and everything else, by the time I'm all done, I don't know if it really looks that much better once everything's finished. But at least, you know, when I first you know, in the shower and you know, my hair's still wet, I definitely noticed that the clumps stay together better. So I think my hair does need some kind of protein kind of treatment. This is relatively easy to use, being a leave-in conditioner. So I don't know if I need something more than this or what. But I don't use it every time, maybe every other time I shampoo my hair, just because, again, it does feel like a little heavy for me. And actually I've seen some people say they use this as their like refresh. So in between washes, they'll put on another layer of this leave-in conditioner. I tried that the first time that I used it and did a refresh, and it was so heavy and greasy and horrible. So I don't think that my fine hair can deal with that. I just realized there's 2 more items. I would be remiss if I didn't mention 2 more wavy hair accessories. The first is my microfiber towel. I actually have a few of these, but this is my favorite one. I had gotten a set of 2. It's from the brand Sunland on Amazon, and what I love about it is they have these little elastic loops. There's actually one on each side. Where's the other loop? Here it is. So that when you wind it around your head, you can use these loops to tuck in the tail of the towel, and it stays on really well if you want to wrap your hair in it. You've actually seen me wearing this in some other videos, like where I was getting ready for the day. So, and also the material is really, it's almost like a plush, like a stuffed animal almost. So it's not like a regular towel or microfiber or t-shirt kind of feeling material. So I really like these. They're also nice and big. So like I said, I have others, but this happens to be my favorite one. And then the other accessory is my Black Orchid diffuser for my hair dryer. I had a diffuser that had come actually with a previous hair dryer. I don't think it came with the one that I have now, but everyone was talking about this one, so I got it. And I mean, just, you know, with my hand for scale, this is a big, deep diffuser. So I don't know if it makes that big of a difference. I did feel like I noticed some improvement when I used this over my other diffuser. The one thing is, on Amazon, you know, and in the reviews and everything, it said that it would fit the Conair Infinity Pro hairdryer, which is what I have. Here's my hairdryer. But you see that I have a rubber band on the end of it, because actually it doesn't fit this exact Infinity Pro hairdryer. And so what you have to do is there's actually like an inner ring in here that we pulled out, and then that makes it a little loose to fit on the hairdryer. So then if you put a rubber band, it kind of adds just enough grip that it stays on. So with the rubber band, it works pretty well. And actually I've been using that for I don't know how many months, and I actually just, the first rubber band I had on here just broke, so I just put this new one on. This actually came from a bunch of asparagus, I think. It's like the perfect size and width. So that's a little hairdryer diffuser hack. So I hope you enjoyed this little look at my hair and my hairstyles. I guess this was like a little more personal of a video than I usually do, just in terms of like how I feel about different things and about how I look. So like I said, I'll still keep doing it. I have a ton of products, so I would feel kind of guilty if I didn't use them up. I'm really trying hard to stop myself from buying other new things to try, but I'll at least try to finish out what I have. And you know, don't be surprised if you see me kind of both ways in videos. I've been kind of switching in videos, and I know a couple times, you know, when I had a straight haired video, I would get a comment like, what happened to your wavy hair? You're probably gonna see it both ways. So don't be surprised. You will probably never see it again like this. So enjoy this while you can. But thank you for watching and commiserating with me. If you have any, you know, kind of similar stories, or if you have tips or thoughts you wanna leave in the comments, I would love to hear them. I guess it goes without saying I will not be sharing my actual wavy hair routine, since I don't know what it is and it changes daily. But you know, thank you for watching, and thanks for all your comments and support and lovely comments about my hair. And you know, we'll see what happens in the future. So I will see you next time, and thank you for watching. Bye.